What's up, Goofy Goobers? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm on MLB The Show 22 and I'm going to be seeing if you can be cut from your team in the Road to the Show part of the game. I'm going to base my player off of one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Barry Bonds. So if they don't let me go for my terrible play on the field, maybe they'll kick me off for my off the field activities. And this player is going to be extra juiced up. I'm talking a Ford Bronco with the turbo engine running from the cops type of juice. Ass, fat, thighs, thick, forearms, logs, penis, shriveled. And just because we're looking extra juicy, we're going to go with the name Barry Bonds. I tried to give him the worst facial hair outcome I could come up with, and you already know I can make it much worse than this, so here's my end result. He looks like a RuneScape goblin. His mouth and nose are now just one body part, and all of that mustache hair I gave him is now growing into his nose, which might make it hard for him to breathe. However, I did give him another hole to breathe out of near his jaw. I just hope this guy never starts chewing tobacco because he'll have his jersey looking like Amber Heard's bed sheets. Barrier is going to be the maximum size you can be in this game, 6'10", 290 pounds, and he'll be a closing pitcher, so all I have to do is work part-time, and when they call me to the mound, I will lose the game for us in a violent fashion. And the only pitches Barrier can throw is a fastball. I told my agent I wanted to be drafted by the Giants, and shout out to Christopher Russo for the accurate reaction to their pick.
Do some research. Awful selection. I hate this pick.
But I get my first opportunity to prove the critics wrong. They put me in with a 3-run lead in the top of the 9th. It's time to show everyone here what I can do.
That hit him. Oh, this is bad. And next will be the cleanup hitter, number 44. No, this is just unnecessary. Lonnie White. Oh, he hit him, and that brings home a run.
So that's pretty much the base of my strategy for having the worst career possible in this game. After they have a comfortable lead, I just start throwing fastballs down the middle, begging them to hit a home run on me. I was trying to see if I could guard home plate, maybe clothesline a player coming in. It's a shame there isn't an animation for this, but that's not going to stop me from trying. We almost ended up winning this one, but thankfully I let them score 9 runs in the 9th inning and we lost 11-8 in my first game. In my second game, I'm being introduced with an 81 ERA. It can only get better from here, right?
Oh, he hit him.
I probably would have started a few brawls by now, but Barrier Bonds could shut down a AA organization with just his bare hands if anyone was brave enough to rush the mound. A few more bad games and we get a rather off-topic conversation from Mr. Russo.
Did I hear bust anybody? I know it's early, but take it easy. Lower some expectations, please.
But Barrier doesn't pay attention to the criticism. He probably can't hear what they're saying anyway. I've been out here doing everything. I even covered the outfield from time to time. So what, I have an MLB history worst 96 ERA. I'm out here playing the long game. If I hand out enough brain damage with my pitches, eventually we'll be the only healthy team in the league. And also our Special Olympic teams are going to be getting some new prospects. But these opponents of mine still haven't been able to hit a home run on me, and I'm getting tired of having to blow such big leads. So I went into the settings and juiced up the rest of the league. And as for my team, they're getting the stuff that I found backstage at the Demi Lovato concert. In the next game, we started coming together as a team. I pitched a ball straight through my catcher's glove. On an infield pop fly, they were dumb enough to let me try to catch it. Game-saving ground ball to the third baseman? He doesn't feel like it. Little old Robbie thought it was a bright idea to try to bunt on me. He almost had his face restructured for no reason. I mean, I'm handing them the game. And our poor play was really starting to pay off. We lost this one 22-5. My career was looking like it was on a perfect path to homelessness, but we accidentally won a game. They put me in with 2 outs and a 2-run lead, which is my toughest challenge yet. I land a perfect pitch on my first batter, but on this second one, my catcher dropped the pitch and threw out the man stealing second base, and we win the game. The last thing I wanted to do was have a positive stat, so I knew I had to step it up in my next performance. Now I know of a little loophole in this game that'll keep you pitching for however long you feel like. It's intentionally walking the batters. This way Barrier technically won't have thrown any pitches, so there's no reason to take me out of this game, no matter how much of a lead the other team has. And with the help of my coach, I should have my ERA in the triple digits in no time.
3 hours later.
So here I am, still in the top of the 9th. I've thrown 1 pitch, but the score is 999-5. When I reached 1,000, the scoreboard reset to 100, so I don't know if I was even credited for those earned runs. But 1,000 walked batters later, and I thought I'd surprise Blaze Jordan with a heater to the spine.
Now it's going to be Blaze Jordan. Oh, he hit him.
That's what he gets for having a name like Blaze. And even if I'm lobbing 4 pitches every time, that's 4,000 plus pitches, so my arm might need a surgery or 2 after this. However, my opponents had to run a short marathon, so we should have them beat for the rest of the series. That was just the top of the 9th, so my team has a chance to take back this lead, but my game crashed. I probably could have guessed that was going to happen. So that game didn't count. I just wasted a lot of time for a minute of your entertainment, but that's okay with me. Just watch these ads real quick. Back to the basics, and I want to say that the shorter batters have it the roughest around me because you're able to hit them right on the helmet, and it makes a very satisfying noise.
2 outs. No, this is just unnecessary.
The team is still looking sharp. The third baseman makes a bad throw to the catcher. The ball is right in front of him, but he doesn't know where he's at, and that's okay with me. For the first time in my career, someone hits a home run on me, nonetheless a grand slam. And how does Barry or Bonds respond? He's juicing up in the middle of the game, getting right back to his training. I had to play this Portland team in Blaze a lot, and I was just beating the hell out of them. After I hit the big boy here, he was so confused he started walking to third base. Game-winning runners on third, and the batters finally retaliate with a line drive right at Barry or Bonds. And look at those instincts, he almost had it. This was actually a really close call. I would have loved to have the footage of Barrier getting rocked in the dome, but it only gave me a haircut. And I love how Barrier is looking in front of him like he can catch this ball, even though it's clearly in center field right now. He even checks to see if it's in his glove. I'm in one of my last games of the season here, and the fan attendance has plummeted. That's not going to stop me from giving a show to my 2 biggest supporters. It makes sense that no one would be here in the bottom of the 9th with a 5-0 lead, but they must have not seen my name on the roster. And surprise, they won on a hit by pitch, but this man was still trying to hit it as the ball was hitting his shoulder. I'm going to need a John Boy breakdown on that, but there are literally more players celebrating on the field than there are fans in attendance. And in my very last game of the season, they only allowed me to throw 6 pitches before taking me out. It seems like the managers are finally realizing how much worse I make our team, but that's the end for a historic era for Barrier and the Flying Squirrels. They easily didn't make the playoffs. We went 26 and 112. Now it's time to view my contract offers, and one at a time, boys. Take it easy. I have 0 contract offers, and that is beautiful. But after simulating forward, it seems like the game is forced into offering you another contract. And I'm a one-of-a-kind player and a hell of a negotiator, so I'm not going to take their first offer of $30,000 for 1 year. I was thinking something more like the maximum of $35 million a year for 15 years, so a little bit over $500 million. They didn't take it. They went up. They offered me 3 years for $96,000, but I countered offered that again for 15 years for $450,000. And in San Francisco, that should get me a decent sized tent with a waterfront view, so it looks like it's time to retire Barry or Bonds. And just like the real life Barry Bonds, I didn't make the Hall of Fame regardless of my records, and I'm pretty sure you can't be cut from your team in this game, as I did everything wrong along the course of this year and was still given a contract. I finished my rookie year with 1 save in 29 innings pitched with a 70.6 ERA. It's too bad my 1,000 run game didn't count, but either way, I think I did everything I could to be cut from this team, if not be banned from the sport of baseball. But that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and unless you're in Seattle or still living in 2019, please stay away from needles. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one.